happened to Pokemon? So you're speaking to somebody who's obviously played Pokemon for a very long time, since I was freaking diapers, and it's had a really big impact in my life. Without fail, every year I go back and I play all the Gen 4 and Gen 5 games. I keep all of my Pokemon that I played through the games with, I have them on a save file, and I've been doing this for years. And because I have both games of each generation, I use one to reset, and the other one I call my Professor Oak file. So what I do is once I beat a game with the team of 6 that I have, I'll transfer them over to my Professor Oak file so I can organize them by each game that I've played, and I have them all there so I can kind of go back and reminisce on which Pokemon I've used. One thing I try to do is use new Pokemon each time I reset the game, each time I replay the game. I look at my old boxes and I try my very best to use Pokemon I've never used before. So it's my way of using newer Pokemon, right? Or Pokemon that I've just ignored. And if you're wondering why my Pokemon are shiny, it's because I got one of these. So enough about that, all right? I finished my binge for 2023. I beat all of my DS games. I had an absolute great time. But then I saw that Scarlet and Violet dropped some DLC. And I thought, I'm just gonna, continue the vibe over here in Scarlet and Violet. And then I did. And then I was mad. So mad, in fact, I had to turn my camera on and complain about it on the internet. God. Fuck. Pokemon, it needs voice acting. Alright? I'm done with reading the text box in these 3D games. It's weird. It doesn't feel good. Doesn't look good. I'm over it. I'm over it. It feels jarring seeing characters move and act like they're talking out loud, but you're reading the text box. Definitely the worst offender is Rose in the first cutscene of Sword and Shield. It's garbage. It looks horrible. What a horrible way to start a video game. But voice acting doesn't compare to what actually matters in Pokemon, and that is the Pokemon. And what do I think about their new designs? I like them. I do. I think they're pretty cool. They get a thumbs up, honestly. I do like most of the new Pokemon designs. I'm not one of those people that think Gen 1 is the best. I like Pokemon from all gens. And some of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 9 are Kingambit, Baxcalibur, and Tinkaton. I think they're great designs. I think they look awesome. But my issue with Pokemon is not the designs. It's the games. They're trash. Like, why does Scarlet and Violet run so poorly? Why is Legends Arceus so empty? And why does Sword and Shield exist? You guys have probably heard this a million times, but it deems repeating. Yes, the games look ugly. Yes, they run poorly. And no, it's not because of the Switch's limitations. Okay, both these aspects can be better. And they can give us fucking voice acting. Hard to not compare Pokemon with other series that are coming on the Switch. Tears of the Kingdom comes to mind. The new Mario Wonder comes to mind. These games, they're beautiful. And they're running pretty well on the Switch. Nobody's complaining about that. Pokemon, it's just, what the fuck, man? What are they doing? I know it's not like a perfect comparison, comparing Mario and Zelda to Pokemon, but isn't it just strange that Nintendo expects high quality games from these other franchises, but the highest grossing franchise in the world can drop shit games? Let me be clear. I've played all these games. I've bought all these games. I'm a part of the problem. I understand that. But to be honest, I just started realizing how trash the games are. I have like 100 hours of my Sword playthrough, and I 1000% rather jump back into Overwatch 2 ranked mode than play another hour of Sword. So what changed? How did I just start realizing that Pokemon games are trash? Well, the answer is pretty simple. I jailbroke my 3DS. And with the jailbreaking of my 3DS came the discovery of ROM hacks. I fucking love this thing. Shit looks so good. Have you guys known about these? Why didn't anybody tell me? So for the normal people out there, ROM hacks are fan games made with the engines of older generational Pokemon games. So Gen 3, 4, and 5, usually. What I'm going to highlight in this video is my favorite one that I've played so far, and it's called Radical Red. So this game is amazing, okay? It's a hacked version of Fire Red, and it includes, this is what they added, okay? Every Pokemon from Generation 1 through 9, Mega Evolutions, Raid Dens, Johto Gym Leaders, updated Kanto Gym Leaders. Each one has 6 Pokemon with type coverage, new characters that are not in the original game, and a brand new post game. Alright? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many more improvements and things that they've added that if I go into it, it's just a whole other video. So if you're interested, let me know. I might do that. Yeah, I discovered ROM hacks this year, and believe me, I think they're better than whatever Nintendo and Game Freak are dropping right now. If you go to the most popular Pokemon YouTubers, you'll see that a lot of times they are covering these ROM hacks as much or more than they are the actual games. And that should tell you something. And after playing through Scarlet and Violet's DLC, I have very little faith that things are going to get better anytime soon. And it's disappointing. Scarlet and Violet, they're never going to get fixed. Their frame rates are never going to get fixed. The graphics are never going to get fixed. They're going to drop these shitty DLCs and then move on to the next project. And though I thought that when Scarlet and Violet released, they were heading towards the right direction of where I wanted the series to go, and I realized that I was wrong. And I don't think that Game Freak understands what Pokemon fans really want. A good example is difficulty options. I want to have a hard gym. I want to struggle, okay? And I know not everybody wants that. So just give us the option. Give us the option in the beginning of the game. What the fuck? And put back Megas. Give us Megas again. Why do we get rid of each gimmick every generation? Alright? Sun and Moon had Megas and Z moves. And yes, it broke the game. So guess what? Remove the gimmicks from competitive. Have them in the game and just remove them from competitive play. And we could have them. All of them. I just don't get it. If anyone is listening, anybody, Game Freak, go back to sprites. Go back to doing sprites. Just like you're in Gen 5, okay? People will freak out. People will fucking freak out. Development will probably be easier. The games would run better. And I wouldn't be here complaining about voice acting. That's my video. I like Pokemon, obviously. I love it. I just wish the games were better. I just wish that I could play my Switch and be excited for the new games. But now I'm more excited for the freaking, fan games that are coming out. It's ridiculous. Pokemon, they have a series. I'm hooked on it, but as of right now, I'm not buying the next game, dude. Unless it's like blows my mind. I'm so over it. I'm over it. If your next game doesn't have voice acting, I'm not buying it. I don't care how good it is. I don't care if it's a remake of my favorite generation, dude. Fix it. Fix it. All right? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. There's links in the description down below. I have a podcast that I do with my best friend. It's really cool, and we're trying to work on that channel as well. I have a Twitch that I get on sometimes. I just, whenever I have free time. And then follow me on Twitter. Twitter's cool. I'll post when I post videos on there and talk to me, communicate with me through there. And that'll be really, really cool. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get monetized. That would be really, really cool. I really appreciate it. And send it to your friends. Let them know. Make fun of me. Whatever you guys want to do. I don't care. Bye.
No.